Right, this is a video on constructive self-criticism. On other videos I've done, or at least other papers, said that should never hide behind power, no hiding behind labels, no hiding behind people, no hiding behind things. And when you sort of like apply this to yourself and think deeply about it, it's easy, well not easy, you can find things in my experience where it's subconsciously you're doing similar things. So for example, well not for example, I'll say exactly what I mean. I've overcome identifying with and hiding behind labels, things, ideologies, parties, that sort of thing. I got rid of all that. But then I thought, there's the majority thing, I'm always thinking, oh, this poll backs me up, this poll backs me up, this poll backs me up. And that majority thing is a power in itself. It's sort of like, I mean, people who are identifying with and hiding behind a political party or a government, they're not, in 99.9% of cases, they're not part of that party or government. They're, so it's not, they're not actually really powerful, but so they're not doing better or worse than what I'd be doing by hiding behind majorities in society, because I can see what happens. If you look at any culture, any time, any place, people don't have prejudices as such. What they have is conformity. So for example, the conformity now is to be liberal towards gays, because most people know one, so like you don't want to be against the thing. And whereas in the Victorian era, no one knew a gay person. So the conformity was to be prejudice, and people just want to feel comfortable. So in the Victorian era, people who are liberal now would have been conservative then, and people in the Victorian era who were conservative then would be liberal now. The Victorians would think they had this prejudice. They'd think they've worked out for themselves, but they haven't. They're just going along with and thinking that was their view. Now that applies both ways. So it applies to now. I mean, people aren't prejudiced towards straight people, right? So it's just the same. It's just like you think you've worked out yourself. Well, actually, it's just what you're born into. So that majority thing is what I was doing as well. So like, God, it's not like when you put it like that, it's almost like getting yourself off the hook. But I'm not trying to do that because the reason why I'm not trying to do that is because it's not good for me. It's not good. It's not good for you to be identifying with and hiding behind. So once you realise you are doing that, you can't do it anymore. Once you're certain of it, I mean, I'd almost got there in the past, but not quite. But once you click on it for certainty, you might think, well, that's what everyone else does, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's sort of like, oh yeah, I see it now. I see it. The penny drops, so to speak. And it is a power. You think you should stop it. It's of this type, subjectively, personally, it's a Titanic-sized importance discovery in life. I think when you become conscious of something, aware, and the penny drops, it's a rare occasion. It doesn't happen every day. I mean, if you got it, it just doesn't. I mean, anyone whose mind's working that fast would be, evolving like, AI. I'm just checking notes I've penned on this. So like one of the implications of it is that if you if the penny drops, so you don't want to identify with majorities, obviously minorities either. You don't want to identify with that stuff because if you think it's a power, you don't want to identify with it because you don't want to be hypnotised by society, sort of thing. That's what that penny drops in your head. That's when it really drops, when when you understand the reason why it's unhealthy, rather than whereas before you saw it as healthy, then you think, oh, it's not. You think that's not, because that means you're accepting the power of culture, whether it's on your side or not, because you're not where you're on its side. You're certain that culture has this power over you, in just in the same way that any other power could do that, and you think, hang on, that's not right. And you realise that you would only accept that if you were insecure and defensive, because why would you want to choose for yourself? It's psychological insecurity, and it absolutely 100% destroys your psychological freedom. And it's just bizarre that, I mean, like, see, this is why when people say, well, how come it was necessary for people to think the way they did in Nazi Germany? It was because it was the culture. It was the way to be comfortable. I mean, so it doesn't depend on it being nice or not nice. So, there's no point giving up, hiding behind labels, people, things, if you're supporting majority all the time and always appealing to always seeking validation from majorities. Probably write a paper on this, but that's all I need to say on this for now.